Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. I'm doing a prep and protect package on a new M5 Competition BMW. So I thought I would share the footage with you. This was brought straight to me from the dealership in Massachusetts to here in Pennsylvania. So that's all the mileage that is on this vehicle. He's making the right decision, preparing and preserving this car for years to come. This is the Marina Bay Blue Metallic with carbon fiber roof and blacked out trim. The power plant is a 617 horsepower, 553 foot-pounds of torque, twin-turbo 4.4 liter, 8-speed automatic transmission. We're going to prep and protect every square inch of this car, including the trunk. The interior is all specced out in Silverstone merino leather, aluminum, carbon structured trim, and also the Alcantara headliner and B-pillars. You definitely know you're driving a Competition M5 as it's heavily badged inside and out. Tastefully done though. It has a 10.2-inch infotainment system screen, full digital gauges. This interior is decked out. It even has the M signature striping on the seatbelts. 16-speaker Harman Kardon surround system, 20-way multifunctional seats, no expense spared. Tons of black piano finish within this trim on the interior. We're going to prep and protect absolutely every substrate in here. Just enjoying some of these really cool features on this gorgeous car before we get started. I know a ton of you like to ask how the vehicles drive and get footage. Guys, we have a policy here. Besides picking up and delivering, we have no business having a client's car out in the road, and our policy is not to do that. Those of you just starting out, I really advise you to follow that policy as well. So let's start under the hood. There's a bit of grit, a little bit of dirt, a lot of substrates under here, including painted substrates, plastic, carbon fiber-esque substrates. Let's clean them. We'll break out the detailing popo, mix them up in the foamer, and we'll get to it. Before we spread out the foamer, we're going to bring, you can use forced air from a compressor. We're going to use a little tiny leaf blower here. Get rid of any grit, leaves under here, whatever could have flown up under from up under the hood while it was moved around and driven. Even though in all the modern cars the connections are sealed, we still don't use a pressure washer or any type of free-flowing water, and I recommend you guys don't either. We use this foam. We use rinseless washes in all different forms. We like to combine it with the steamer to help loosen up any type of dirt that could be bonded and stuck under there for any long period of time. But for the most part, we're going to do a rinseless wash under the car to keep moisture out of that compartment. And as you can see, squeaky clean, nice and shiny, ready to be protected. And hey, if it would be in the budget for this particular package, we could polish under here as well. I'm going to grab my little leaf blower again and follow up just to make sure none of those little tiny bubbles from the foamer get in areas where we can't wipe them out. It also dries it completely. Then we can button up the hood. This vehicle does a great job sealing all of the seams of the car to make a noise deadening cabin nice and quiet for the owner. Let's get to the wheels. Guys, I have been dying to get my hands on some built Hamber. We finally have it available in the States. I will have the link down below in the description box. Have at it, guys. These products are absolutely fantastic. This is a pH neutral wheel cleaner here. One of many products I picked up from Build Hammer, and I will be showcasing them for you. So this has the strength to remove dirt and baked on brake dust from the grittiest, dirtiest wheels, but also can be used on some of the intricate wheel designs and their finishes because it's not too harsh. It has a perfect balance, and it breaks down the brake dust, which I mentioned in many of my videos is one of the most abrasive materials that can come in contact with your car. It can remove that stuff with the least amount of agitation of the product and the baked on brake dust to your wheels. That way you're cutting back on marring and scratching, and you can free it from the wheel. After rinsing the wheel, you can see the ferrous metal that was removed as it changes color during the exothermal chemical reaction of spraying the auto wheel onto the ferrous metal that's embedded in the finish of the wheel. That is now gone. So let's move on to the Build Hammer Auto Foam. The Auto Foam I have been dying to get my hands on, and it does not disappoint in any way. It has the perfect balance in more than one way, actually. When it comes to cleaning, it has the perfect balance of being able to break down stubborn traffic film. But it's not overbearingly caustic, where it will kind of dull and wear down surfaces, take gloss away from finishes. Also, when it comes to the foam, it's not the thick, dry shaving cream stuff that just clings and blows away with the wind. You don't want that. You want a little bit of a wetter foam, so it can cling to the car, but yet still be wet and run slowly down the car, carrying, emulsifying, lifting some of the grit from the surface. This stuff is spot on. I am now lucky enough to have this physically within 35 minutes of my shop, so I can go pick it up in person. And I want to give a big thanks to the crew and staff of Clean Garage. I will have their link down below. Check out the website, stop in and say hello. A very gracious staff that's willing to share information on products that have been around and share information on new products and introduce you to the new stuff as well. I really had a good time there, and I'll be back. So while it's clinging, and I'll give it about 4 minutes if I can, 5, 6 I can get away with before it starts to kind of dry up. That doesn't matter, just wet it again, it will reactivate it, then you can rinse it. And that gives me a chance to get my soft detailing brush and work some of the bonded contaminants out of badges and hard to reach areas as well. Even if I'm a bit late to rinse off, and it's been there for quite some time, as you can see, rinses free quickly and easily, leaving behind a nice squeaky clean substrate. Now it's time to move on to the contact wash, and I might as well share the experience of another product I've been testing. This is Prism Car Wash from Malco. pH neutral, it's just there to remove soils and rinse away nice and clean. It has a nice bubblegum fragrance as well, if that counts to you. Drops down into the bucket in a nice ribbon form, and it breaks down as you mix up your water and the wash mitts all together into nice thick suds. As I mentioned before, the suds are real cool, makes it pretty for the camera, but means absolutely nothing. It's the lubrication, and this has a ton of lubrication to cut down, well, to help cut down on marring. That's the premise anyway. So let's get to work. We have 5 wash mitts. I do my contact wash for the new subscribers and some of my customers that keep an eye on the channel. 5 wash mitts, 1 for the top, 1 for the driver's side, 1 for the passenger side, 1 for the front and back. They get put to the side to be rinsed and dried, tumble dry on low heat later. That will help to keep from dirt to being introduced back into the wash bucket from the car to cut back on marring once again. That is the main theme when it comes to aftercare, wash maintenance, and wash technique. And we can rinse that free. Time to bring it inside into the nice, cozy, air-conditioned shop, and we can start to dry it and continue on with the prep. Then grab your Metrovac dryer or whatever you want to call it. I like my favorite drying towels. Follow it up by the little miniature leaf blower to get those troublesome areas around the mirrors and the grille and the taillights where it just seems to want to run and run and run down the panels of the car. Also, I'll dry the wheels and the calipers with this as well. We now have it relatively clean. We're just getting started here. By no means are we finished. We're going to do a wheels off next. Going to take care of the barrel of the wheels, the back of the spokes, the inner fender wells. So that's going to do it for this video. This is going to be a short series. We're going to run through the process from start to finish, how we prep and protect this vehicle. I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate.